ready to install these air springs in the rear of this E550, and I thought I would share with you a few tips. Now, there are lots of videos on YouTube, there's lots of information on the forums. Some people have had a very difficult time putting these in, some have not. There's all kinds of recommendations on what you should do. But all I'm going to do is share with you a few tips that I think will help you avoid some frustration and some mistakes that can actually damage the air spring. I'm going to be using R-Knot. R-Knot comes with instructions, and you look at the instructions and there's lots of warnings that you can damage these if you don't get them installed properly. But there's not much in the way of instructions. And so I went on their website and they have like 5 steps on how to do this. And they say, well, just take off the line, let the air out, and then just push down like this on the air spring and pull it out and put the new one in. And I know, and you know if you've ever done this, that isn't necessarily the case. Sometimes it's a lot more difficult than that. So I just want to go over on the other side and just share with you a few things I learned that may make this job easier if you plan to do it yourself. Following R-Knot instructions, all you have to do is you have to go in here, you know, and you're going to loosen this fitting up a little bit and let the air out enough so you can get this to move down. And when you can get it to move down enough, then you can get a wrench on it. It's really hard to get a wrench on it when it's up here. Some people say, well, just drill a hole in it so you can let all the air out. Some people say go in and disconnect the other end of the line at the valve block. Your choice. But this does have to come down to make it easy to get a wrench on this fitting to remove it. Then, you know, R-Knot will say, well, once you get the fitting off, you just collapse this and just pull it out and put the new one in. And people are saying, what? That doesn't go that way. You actually have to pull down on the suspension. See what happens when you pull down on the suspension? And I know some people have gotten their friend to hold down on the suspension while someone else is pulling the air spring out. Other people have had somebody step on the hub if it's down low on the ground. So you're going to have to get some movement this way if you plan to get that air spring out easily and get the new one back in without getting it all deformed. I'm going to take you over on the other side now. I'm going to show you what I do. The first thing I recommend is just take the top of the sway bar link off. Just loosen up this nut and pull it back. You're going to gain another inch. And then you're going to need to pull this down. If you look, I've got this adjustable bar in here. Some people have said, well, I can use a jack or some way. When you pull this down, you've got to be able to hold it in this position. Otherwise, you're going to have a buddy here pulling down on this while you remove the air spring. Now you can see I've got the old one out, and now I want to show you a couple things about putting the new one in. What I'm going to show you now doesn't get discussed very much anywhere on the internet. In fact, when I got these instructions from R-Knot, you know, I look in here and I go, what's this for? What in the world is that for? And so looking through the instructions here, believe it or not, there is no mention of that at all. This is a very important part. You need to understand what this does, and you need to make sure it's installed or you can actually damage this air spring after installation. When you pull the air spring out, you want to inspect this area right up here. There's going to be a rubberized pad that will come out, but there should also be a pin here. This is a centering pin for the top of the air spring. And look, on this one it's missing. See the threaded screw? There's something supposed to be there, but there was nothing there when I removed this. And if you don't put the part I just showed you on there, when you go to put the spring in and you lower the car, this can shift to where the edge can get caught on the edge here and it can actually damage the air spring. It's right there. We're going to take and screw this on. And this right here is going to help keep this air spring centered up when you lower the car and refill it with air. So this is really critical. Keep an eye on this. Even when you lower the car down and put weight on it, make sure that this air spring is fitting up tight inside the ridge of this cutout here. If you don't do that, you could lose $200 to $300. And this insulation pad is part of the problem. Notice how they tend to grow with age. And when you put that back in, notice how it's warped down, curved down, and that also is helping to push down on the air spring. So I can't stress this enough, how important it is that you maintain alignment here before you ever refill that air spring with compressed air. And most instructions will tell you to take and just compress this a little bit and then push it in. Well, the problem is you're trying to fight getting it in there, and every time you let go of this, it's going to pop back out. So this is what I do. I take the white plug, take it out, you pull it out. I put some, this is just some silicone glue. You can use, putty, anything, just to plug that little teeny hole. Because what I want to do now is take and compress this so the air goes out like that, and then I'm going to take and put the plug in just like that. Now look, see, it stays compressed. And now I can take it over there and I can wiggle it around and get it into position. Then I can pull this out, let it expand. If it doesn't want to expand, just touch it lightly with some compressed air with your compressor to get it to pop out, and make sure, once again, that this has seated properly in the bottom. It can only go one way, and that this has seated properly in the top. Then you can finish up like all the other instructions tell you. But I hope that you find these tips helpful when you install air springs in your own Mercedes-Benz. So I didn't jump on it. I didn't have my friend pull down on it. I just installed one of the wheel bolts at the bottom, got the socket extension, a pipe. You can see now I can get some leverage, and I'm going to take this bar out that I used to hold it in place. Okay, now we can raise it up. And you see now you raise it up, and you now can see that the air spring is fully seated in here. Once again, the importance of checking the top here to make sure the alignment is correct.